Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. So, as the caption suggests, I'm talking about the first time. Well, not only first time, the only time I got fired. The time I got fired from my very first job. I ball. I'm not talking about some nice, decent eye water coming down, rolling down your face, gently sobbing. I mean, ball. Totally devastated. I mean, loud holleration. And the person who was taking me home at the time was trying to be comforting and say, no man, don't mind, don't be sad, cheer up, calm down. This not that. Me say my ball. At that time, I'm traveling from Kingston to Clarendon. We didn't have Highway 2000 then, so it was like probably a 3-hour journey. And can I tell you, I was bawling for 3 hours. I kid you not, I was hollering for 3 hours. Why was I crying? The disappointment and the rejection. And I'm thinking, what am I going to tell my mother? I'm going home to my mother. What am I going to tell her? Because guess what? My parents, well, both of them, but my mother especially, these people are the ones who funded me for 3 years, not even 3 years, but 4 years. They've been funding me. I've been living off them still, living at home still. And then when I finally get a job, to know that I cannot keep the job, Lord have mercy. I was so devastated, really devastated. So I ball for the whole journey going down. Because I said, no, all right, I'm trying to make up this. How am I going to do this? How am I going to say this? What is it? What exactly am I going to say? So, yeah, it was a very long journey, might I add. I finally reached home now. I went home timid and I walked in and I was there. And I mean, went in and said, Mommy, of course, me said, because I don't know how you start a conversation like this. I said, Mommy, you know that I was on my way down and I just got a call and they said that they no longer require my services at the job. I don't know why. There's no explanation. There's nothing. But they just said that they no longer require my services at the job. And can I tell you? And I know if my mother is watching this right now, and if I remind her of the story, she will not remember. That much I can tell. She not gonna remember. But without even hesitating, she didn't even take a second thought. She didn't even think about it long or any contemplation or anything. My mother said something to this effect, and I'm going to paraphrase. Do they know what they have done? Do they know who you are? And I don't understand how they could even think about letting you go. Do they know what they have done? Lord Jesus have mercy. I mean, instantly, that was like a shot of adrenaline in my system right there and then. Tears dry, everything done. I just wanted that confirmation from my mother that everything was going to be okay, that boast of confidence that she had in me. I never have it in myself, but she obviously had that confidence in me. She saw something in me that I didn't even see in myself, and that my tears dried, all my disappointment, all my rejection, all of those thoughts just flew straight out of my head. What is the story? What is the lesson that I've learned from this? Mark you, up to this day, I don't know what happened. But before I actually got the job, the person told me that the turnover rate at the job was very high. But I just didn't think that it would be so. I mean, even if I'm not staying there for a long time, I didn't think that less than a week would have been it for me. But it was what it was. What was the lesson for me though? Firstly, people, you have to have your cheering squad. You need a cheering squad. I don't care who you are. People think that they can do this alone. You need a cheering squad. You need that person who is there, who believes in you, who picks you up when you are at your lowest point and say to you, I believe in you and I have confidence in you. And no matter what else anybody thinks, you are more than all of that. I believe in you. That's one. And parents, you need to be that for your child. You need to be that for your children. Always be that one that they can come to you with their failures and their disappointments, and you can scrape them up off the ground because of the confidence that you have in them. Right? Secondly, don't pre-worry, because all of my worries that I had, I worked up a whole heap of worry before. I'm worrying, I'm planning and I'm worrying before. All of that worry was unnecessary. So a lot of times we don't know exactly what's going to happen, but we start to worry, and we worry unnecessarily. Three, Terry Carrell, one of my favorite, I would say, media personalities, social media personalities, likes to talk about redirection. So mark you, that job I thought, that field I thought was my ideal field, my dream. Media and communication was my dream field, and that is what I wanted to do. That is what I studied for. That is what I changed my major to do. Now mark you, how many years later, I have still not worked into that field. My life was totally redirected. My life was totally shifted. Is it the worse off than what it was then? No, it is not. No, it is not. Now I'm able to discover things about myself, discover talents and gifts about myself as I go along daily, and I challenge myself and I do different things at different times. I've ventured into so many things. I've gone into graphic designing, I've gone into writing and producing and all of that. No, do not let your disappointments and your rejection and your redirection derail you and totally throw you off course and off tangent. Yes, I felt like crap. I felt like I was no good. But guess what? I was just being redirected, reshaped, sent in another direction. No, I'm happy. Will I ever go into media and communications? Who knows? Maybe not traditional media, but even this social media, what I'm doing now. Guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And please remember to subscribe, like, and to share.